Okay, I'm back. We're back. I'm starting early. We never start on time here. I would rather start early than late, and lately I've been starting late, so we're starting early. Because technically, I start at, what time do I usually start at? 7? I think I actually usually start at 7 here on the East Coast, and it's like 6:15, so close enough, I guess. I don't know. Um, okay, so we're going back to this bird drawing. We're going back to this bird drawing. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. But we're going back to it for now. I was getting a little jealous. Oh, not this again. Not this again. What do I do with my mic? Not this again. Nice. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going back to this bird drawing. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I'm not sure if I'm going to change if I'm going to add some texture to it, but last time on former artist Doodles, I'm going to have to change that soon because people are going to get mad. I'm calling myself a former artist, and I'm currently an artist, so anyway. This last episode of what I was doing, I got the line art down, and it was like a 4-hour stream, by the way. I looked back, I realized I was streaming for 4 hours. That's crazy. I'm used to streaming for 2, maybe 2.5, and that was like a 4-hour stream. So it was wild. Anyway, I got the line work down, and I feel like I got nothing done for 4 hours, but that's okay. So I got the line work down now. I got the line work down, I got the base colors down, and I figured out I was doing some messed up stuff. I was doing things in the wrong order for what was best for this drawn here, because I put in the background colors, I'm going to say the background colors, but the bulk of the coloring in before I put down these dark colored lines. Yeah, whatever they're called. The dark colored lines on this part here, after I had put down some of the blues, and I put the dark colored lines, because like I couldn't figure out how to get it down, so I had to problem solve that. And then after I went through and I did the dark colored lines, and then I did some over here, and honestly it looks better over in this direction doing them first, because like I would have put them down when I did the line art, but they're not quite, I don't want to make them black, because I use a lot of lowlights and highlights when I'm done to touch up the picture, portrait, whatever. So I didn't want to use black, so I got a little weird with how I was doing things, and it threw me off my game. And I don't know, looking at this part up here, I don't know how we're going to do that. I don't honestly know how we're going to do that, because he has a lot of short and curly feathers here, and don't know, man. Don't know how that's going to work. I mean, so far he's doing good. Maybe I shouldn't have picked something that was speckly, because I could put a bulk of the shadow in here, but then I would have to figure out how to get that gray in there, because there's definitely an undertone of gray. Because his feathers are blue at the tips, I'm sure, and then grayer towards the shaft, so I don't know. Do I start with texture there? Might break out some texture for that. I don't know. Find a nice textured pen. Anyway. Where am I going to start? Am I going to go back over through that stuff yet? I think I'm going to work on putting the dark colors in on the tail, but now I have to figure out what layer I'm in. Okay. I know what layer I'm in, so. Man, and I'm on the right settings. Wow. This is already starting off better than a game stream where I have no idea what's going on when I first get back to the game. Which someday we'll play games again. I promise. But, yeah. I was watching a lot of, the former Twitch streamers I used to watch back in the day, a lot of my old inspirations. And it was pretty. I was a little sad there, honestly. I was like, oh, I miss this community, because it was just one massive community. I was like, it would be cool to. Long time. Well, I used to be a part of the community a long time ago, a couple of years ago. I used to make videos for the community. I used to like piece together. Keep saying the community. The community I used to follow. I used to make like music videos and stuff for them. Like I would bring their content together and make just clips and stuff of their content and put it to music basically. And I love doing that. Man, if I could figure out how to do that, I wouldn't say for a living, but figure out how to do more of that, because I just don't watch them as much anymore, but I don't follow their stories and adventures, but I've been doing that for a long time. But it was really nice to see like the fan base too really appreciate it, because they're like, oh, this is so nice to see a bunch of people brought together over like a music video. It was fun to do. It was really fun to do. Oh, and I think the last stream worked better without music, so probably not going to add music. Not going to put in music for this one either. Sorry, not sorry. I like not seeing a copyright claim on my account. Didn't like that. I had 2 copyright claims, and yeah, I know it's not necessarily a big deal, but I prefer not to have my videos flagged down when I'm just starting, please and thank you. It's like I'd prefer not to have ads on my stuff when I'm first starting. I don't want you guys to get in here and then immediately like get an ad. I'm not at that level of entertainment yet where people would sit through an ad to watch me, so one day we'll be up there too. Oh, dang it. See, is that another feather alongside here that I just don't have line work for? You know what? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. We're going to make it up. A lot of art is just making things up. I don't want to break anyone's heart on that, but you just make a lot of stuff up to make it work. So I feel like I got like hardly anything done last time on this bird. But first of all, it's way bigger than the scale I usually work in. I say way bigger, it's not that much bigger. It's bigger than the scale I usually work in, and I also got like super distracted because people actually showed up to watch, because I finally put my stuff in the right streaming category. So that was a nice surprise. It's a really nice surprise. And I'm not used to, like I mentioned it to my mother. I was like, yeah, it was really cool. Like, people showed up and they actually watched me. And, she's like, wow, isn't that hard to, like, draw and talk at the same time? Or like, talk to people at the same time? I was like, actually, it wasn't that bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, I need to get used to it. Because I get distracted very easily, but that's with everything. So I told her, I was like, yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was really nice to have somebody to talk to while I was drawing. But yeah, no. And it was pretty cool. And like I said, I have to get used to it, but I would like to think we had some nice conversations last time. So ideally, after I get these, like, darker patches, these darker stripey thingies in, I'm going to have to put these above the blue layer for them to, as I say, translate. So you can see them. I don't know what's going on up here. I don't know what I did up here. because when I go and I put the shadows in on the feathers, like I want to be underneath the dark colors. I wasn't going to be coloring over my dark colors, which usually I try to make like the lightest colors and the darkest colors like the topmost layers, I guess. I think should make sense. But yeah, so far I'm very proud of this bird. It's coming out pretty decently. I'm moving my yeah, there we go. There we go. That's better. That's more comfortable. Sitting upright. I had to adjust my webcam because I realized like I didn't like where the positioning was of it last stream. I feel like you were seeing like the top of my head, not my whole head. It was really weird. Anyway. I don't have a sponsored drink this time around because I'm just drinking whatever I have, but it's nothing fancy. It's nothing special. It's nothing branded. So I can't name drop another brand this time. It's kind of disappointing. But yeah, before I was checking out a lot of like other Twitch streamers before I came on. I was doing some artistic stuff too, but I was checking out a lot of other Twitch streamers before I got on just to see like a where are they now. Like that would be a really cool video to put together for some of the streamers. Like where are they now? Like like almost, well, I say 6 years, but more like 4 or 5 years later from when I started watching some of them. Some of them I've been watching, or I was watching, or I started watching when I was like 14. Like, geez, 12 years later. And a lot of them are still, like, in the business. I say into business, but in the, like, I don't even know how to explain that. I don't want to say, like, I don't really want to say in the business because it's not, to some of them it's a business, but to some of them it's more of, like, a creative pursuit, so some of them are surprisingly still doing the same things that they were doing years and years ago, which is really cool to see. Seems like some of them changed a little bit, and then some of them haven't changed much, which is cool. It's pretty cool. I know I don't think I've kept the same job, well, other than the current job I'm working, technically, for more than like a couple of years, so. I tend to get bored very easily with things. Very, very easily with things. Like, I'm hoping to finish the bird this stream because I'm already, like, semi-bored of the bird. But I was I realized, because I do photography, too, as well. I'm a very creative person. I do a lot of different creative things, including photography. So I was like, man, I should take some of my photographs, because I know for a fact that I took those pictures. They're mine. I can get away with doing whatever I want with them, and then use those as reference pictures, and then do pretty much what I'm doing here, and then make my own drawings, and then I could definitely be able to sell the drawings. But I don't know. I feel kind of weird about just like selling this. I mean, maybe if I get the branch in there, and then like I don't know if I can sell this one because I don't know my copyright limitations, but you guys probably get the gist of it. Just making up a really nice portrait or a nice illustration and then maybe trying to sell it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that stuff sells anymore. I could tell you anything I've done drawing wise or photography wise and tried to put on Etsy did not do anything for me, so did not do anything for me. Kind of gave up doing Etsy for a while because Etsy was just like, Etsy's watered down. Jeez Louise. Unless you have a very specific niche for something, you just forget Etsy. I went back and I tried to resell stuff that I used to do pretty decently at selling. We're talking like 8 years ago, maybe 6-7 years ago. More like 6. It was like working with resin and stuff. So I like remade some of that stuff in hopes to sell it, because I was like, man, I remember this always selling really nicely. And of course I had to inflate it, and charge a little more for it, but I do free shipping on my stuff. And then people are just not interested in it anymore. I was like, well, that's sad, because, resin's definitely kicked off since I started doing it 6-7 years ago, when it was like just becoming a thing, or becoming more of a popular thing. So, of course, now everyone's doing it, so no one can do it, or it becomes watered down. You guys probably know how that goes. You do sell art stuff like that. But I have to think of a way, or I'm trying to think of a way, that I can keep my current job, because it's really super flexible, and then work on like my art career and stuff. And if I could sell something off my like art supply, then I could keep doing art and stuff like that. I'd probably try to do it some other way anyway, but figure out how to keep doing art and make a little. I'm not asking for a lot of money. I mean, it's art. I know it's not gonna, I'm just starting out, it's not gonna make a lot of money. Remember, I said before, it's not about making the money. It's the fact that I can do something I enjoy and love doing, and then make money on top of that, so I can continue to keep doing it as much as I'm doing it. Yeah. Anyway. That might be a little harder for some people to understand, because they're like, we don't want to do art for money. No, it's not. It's really not about the money. It's more about that I need to be able to afford to keep doing this as much as I'm doing it, because I don't want to replace my time here streaming with doing more like actual physical labor work at a job site, I want to be able to keep my streaming times and stuff like that. That's the other thing too. I have a job offer, but if I take that job offer, it just like, I don't want to mess up like my streams or anything like that. I'd still probably have time to do them, but I don't think it would be the same. But yeah, and I'm really enjoying myself here, so don't want to go anywhere. I'm just starting to build something. I don't want to go anywhere too soon. But yeah. I was talking to somebody about it the other day, and she actually mentioned commissions to me. She's like, oh, you should take commissions. And I was like, geez. Not the commission thing again. I always was very resilient to that, starting out in the art world, because I was like, I don't want to be a commission artist. I want to just make stuff and sell it. But clearly making stuff and selling it is not going my way. So you kind of have to adapt sometimes as an artist. So I'm going to work on it. I'm going to think of something. Okay, am I happy with the darkness through here? Oh, Aoife! I was just talking about, I wasn't talking about you too much, but I was talking about, that sounded rude. Yes, I'm doing good. I was talking about that, they had told my mother that I met some nice people on stream Wednesday night. It was Wednesday night. And I was talking about that a little bit, but yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about you? How's life going over there? So you got a lot of layers in here. For something I did a whole lot of nothing with, I got a lot of layers in here. No, that is sad. It's yeah, the weather here has been pretty rainy and miserable today too. It was like 90 something yesterday, and then all of a sudden it dropped down to 70 something today, and so now it's like freezing. Like I'm actually wearing a long sleeve. Yeah, so I feel that. It was just so nice, and all of a sudden it just like, yeah. That's sad. I haven't been roller skating in a long time. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I can't say where I live there's a lot of people like roller skating. It's more of like a skateboard kind of a thing around here. We usually only go roller skating like in roller rinks. But that's really cool. I've always wanted to get into roller skating. It's nice. It's pretty neat. I have a skateboard. I tried skateboarding, but I need to work on my balance. I don't have the greatest balance. I was always bad at, when I did roller skate, I was always bad at it because I couldn't balance myself. And then I'd freak out. I had a hard time riding a bike because I had no balance. Absolutely no balance. This is nice. This isn't bad. I don't know why I'm doing it on this layer, but this isn't bad. Wow. Huh. I like that. That's long. that's a long. I believe it though. 11 miles is really good. I probably couldn't even do that on a bike. Right, I have to think about that. About how long 11 miles is. Yeah, I probably couldn't even do that on a pedal bike. Couldn't do it. I would get exhausted. I would just get exhausted. But that's really good exercise. No. That terrifies me about skateboarding is just like completely like wiping out. That I've been winded like that before where you just like hit your back and you can't, that's scary. I don't like that. That I don't like. Yeah, thankfully I've never done that with a skateboard though. I tend to be, I actually haven't been skateboarding for very long, but I haven't actually fallen and like broken anything yet, and that's what I'm waiting for. The weather has not been the nicest to do like anything outside around here. It's either too hot, it's too cold, it's rainy. Like I wanted to go outside today and do something, but it was just miserable. Just so miserable. Wow. Started Tuesday. Nice. I wish I had like the motivation maybe to do something like that, but I was just talking before about how I get bored really easily with things, and like even though I would like probably really enjoy something like that, I would definitely get bored, and I just wouldn't be able to do it anymore. I would like, my brain just wouldn't tolerate it. It'd be like, nah, we gotta mix it up somehow. But I guess it's nice that if you go with friends, it's a lot more entertaining. Oh, ow. Yeah, that sounds like it hurts. Yeah, my turn. I do that too with TikTok. I'll watch TikTok and I'll be like, yes, I want to do that. I think that's what I did when I tried skateboarding. I watched too much TikTok that day and I was like, you know what? Skateboard time. But yeah, depending upon what it is, I need like a friend group of sorts to go with. Otherwise, I get too bored. Yeah, music. Oh, geez. Yeah, when I have to, I say when I have to, but when I try to get my exercise in for the day, and I usually just do a lot of walking now, but music is like a must-have. Like I feel like I have to do it with music. It's like such a great motivator. Like sometimes I play a little basketball. By play basketball, I mean I shoot a lot of hoops, and I really like that. But I have to do it to music. It makes it a lot funner, cooler, more entertaining. Okay. So I have to fix some of these blues in here because I don't like how this came out. Okay, and this is all under this. Okay, so this will be fine. This will be fine. Gotta get the right. Oop. That is the right color. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've seen the cool tricks they do on roller skates. It's really neat. That's really neat. I like when they dance to the music too and skate at the same time. That's really cool. I like watching them when they go around in the ring. When they do I think it's like a roller derby or something is what they call it around here. And they just like go around on the ring and like that's roller derby, something different. Roller derby is where they beat each other up when they're roller skating. But when they do the dance TikToks when they skate and they go around the regular rink, that's really cool. And they do the cool dances and stuff. Yeah. I don't know about going fast. I would be afraid about going fast, but yeah, I know what you mean. It's really fun. Sounds really fun. One of my favorite music videos. It's actually a really good song. So I am gonna name drop some things here. um, is by oh no, hold on, I have to look them up. But it's like three women, and they're like dancing on the road, and they're roller skating, and it's just like the coolest thing to watch, and it's just such a good like video. It's really nice. It's a very satisfying video to watch. Where is it? Okay, it's Gold by Chet Faker. I think that's how you say his name. But it's really cool. They're like supposed to be the angels of death or something like that, and they're roller skating. It's awesome. It's awesome. Okay, I don't know why I keep doing this, because there's nothing, there ain't anything up here in this color. But yeah, it definitely takes a lot of skill. A lot of skill, a lot of balance. So I think if I block this out like a cell a little bit more, it's going to look a little better. Okay. Yeah, they get wild. They get wild. I don't know how they do it, and they're just like they're so confident. Like you said, they do wild stuff. Like that's see. It's crazy, man. This area is going to be the test area for the rest of the feathers. So if it goes good here, then this is how I'm going to do the other ones. So far looking better. So far looking better. This is the color I stopped at last time. Yeah, I was watching one of my favorite art streamers. And it's funny to see how like different artists do different artwork, of course, but like different styles and like how they do them. Because he was doing some digital artwork, and his like I have all my layers nice and organized, which is just so not like me I'm developing a weird organization thing. But he had all of his, first of all, he had his layers stretched out pretty tall, but I have mine pretty like crammed in here on the bottom, but he didn't have any groups on he didn't like group any of his layers or anything like that, and they were just all like out there, and none of them were labeled, and like it was a big piece. He was working on a big piece. I was like, dude, how do you keep track of any of that? Because I know I'm struggling here to keep track of this, and it's not even that much. It's like I don't even have that many layers. But he's the one I think I got a lot of my style inspiration from. So I was like, I went back to watch him to see if I could get any more inspiration, and I did kind of. So I do owe him that. He's since started using like a lot of textures since I used to watch him last, like a lot of like tool textures over here. And I won't say I've never been good at that, but my skill in that department is very limited. So that's why I was thinking I may have to add some for this burb. I mean, yeah, I'm liking this area so far. You watch it not work on the other areas. And we're just going to keep adding layers. Like, this is layer number 12. No! I literally think I only have 12 layers. And that would be why it's layer number 12, but... Anyway, I'm going to darken this up a little bit. How much of a gradient am I going for? That's the thing. Like, I have to think, how much of a gradient do I want on this burb? Because if I do more of a gradient, the longer it's going to take me, but the more detailed it's going to come out. So it's like, I don't know, Mr. Burb. I was thinking of doing a flower next. I took a nice picture of a flower today. I was like, flowers would be nice. That's what I was. So originally when I was doing the dogs, because I did a lot of dog portraits like this, I was thinking it would be really cool to start grouping them together and make like sticker sets. At least I thought that was cool. No one else thought that was cool. No one wanted them, but it was like, and I'll do like a collection of breeds and stuff like that. And then people like collect all the dog breeds or something if they like the style, you know. I thought that was a good idea. Again, other people did not, but that's okay. And so I was thinking, like, today, like, if I did that in flowers, like, I could do the same thing with flowers. And that would be cool. And maybe people would want flower stickers over dog stickers. I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to make them stickers. Maybe it's because I have, what is that piece of garbage that I have under my desk? I think it's a silhouette. I shouldn't have name dropped it. Hello. Ah, there's a new person. There's a new person in chat. Hello, new person. The AR. Nice. Hello, welcome. Anyway, I thought, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there then. My bad. I thought the flower stickers would be really nice. I was like, they're cute. And I was saying before, I do a lot of photography. So I could use my own pictures. Like, and originally when I picked up photography, I was like, you know, it'd be really cool. Like, if I use my own photography pictures as reference images. And I could totally do that. Yes. Ah, yes. Yes. Welcome to my I'm gonna open the sticker that I'm referring to. Okay, so I'm shamelessly plugging myself here. So I did a lot of hello, welcome. It's a shameless plug. I did a lot of dog portraits, and I say a lot. I did like 8 or so dog portraits, like of different breeds, and a long time ago. And I was like, I'm gonna make these and try to sell these. And that's exactly how I feel, Aoife. That's exactly, yes. And I turned them into like stickers, and I cut them out with my stupid silhouette. It's a cameo. Yeah, it's a cameo silhouette or whatever. And I tried to sell them on Etsy, and no one wanted them. And I was like, am I doing something wrong here? Am I doing something wrong? But so anyway, we have since upgraded to a burb. We decided we were going to do a burb. And because I'm trying to work out a style here, right? I'm trying to make myself a style. That's kind of why I did all those dog stickers, but they never sold. I still have some that I actually printed out and cut up, and they're really cute. They're not like super big, but I thought people would collect them because like I like collecting things. But no. So anyway, join me on this journey where I make art and then don't know what to do with it. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I'm done with it. I just know it's cool because I'm streaming it. And I'm doing some of my first art streams with these because I know how to make them or do them. So, anyway. That almost looked like a cat for a second. I got excited. So, anyway. Now that you've heard my Ponzi scheme for making and selling stickers. They're cute. I promise they were cute. I've done so I did the Rottweiler here. I've done a golden retriever. I've done a Great Dane. I did a Basset Hound. I did a Beagle. Yeah, so I did a couple of them. But I wanted to do something different. So I started the burb stream last time. Started doing a burb. Because, why not? Yes. If that was more information than you particularly cared for, that's okay. I guess I will shamelessly plug my my artwork, because I guess that's what I'm supposed to do as an artist. So I'm gonna shamelessly plug my artwork in here somewhere, I guess. But that do be artist life, I will say. That do be artist life. Nah, I don't like that color. Is that okay? I don't know if that's okay. I want it to be a little more purple. I don't know. Good. I'm gonna mess up my color scheme here. Want that color? Is that gonna match? Hello? Somebody's just shouting hello outside my apartment. Oh. What does that mean? Well, let's see what I can do. I don't. You missed the last stream where I was like, I'm not too confident in my artwork yet. Let's see what I can do. I will do my best for our new visitor, our new streamer. I don't like how that clashes with that, but yeah, I'm gonna cheat here. I'm gonna cheat here again. What color does that give me? Is that color? Yeah. Okay. We'll go with it. Just go with it. That's a movie. Remember, no pressure. No pressure here. I did tell myself that last time. No pressure. No pressure or nothing's gonna get done. I don't like how that's working out. Whatever. We're just gonna ignore it for a while. It's a big enough drawing that I could just literally do whatever I want and still make somewhat progress, so. I swear, I promise you there was a guy shouting hello outside my apartment. He must be a fan. Yes. I need to now that you guys are actually like communicating, or now I should say now that I actually have people, I should make chat bigger. I should really make chat bigger. There we go. I heard voice. You did hear voices too? You heard the voices too? It's not just me. It's not just me. You hear what's going on in my apartment too? I talked a lot about last stream about how strange the town I live in is, and it's true. We're a bunch of strange folk down here. But you know, that's what I get. That's what I get for living where I'm living. Anyway. I'm gonna have to get up and shut my door. I'm gonna get up and shut my door. All my doors. Stream snipe. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Stream snipe. That's what I was thinking. Dude, I'm not that popular, but yes. That's exactly what's going on here. You guys know what's up. You know what's up. Strange people. Strange people, strange places. He wants to. Yes. Well, at least somebody wants the bird. Yes, they do. They do like the bird. They heard I was doing a bird doodle, and they're like, you doodling a bird? We like birds. We like birds over here. We'll take the bird. Out of all the things I've drawn too, like, it's the bird. What time is it even? Is it 7 o'clock? Wow. Okay, it's 7 o'clock where I am. It's like, I don't know what should be going on at 7 o'clock, but you know what, this is turning out, this is turning out like a really nice burb. This really nice burb. So far. This tiny area is looking really good so far. This tiny area is looking really good so far. Okay, that's the white. So let's just kind of randomly switch it. Oh! I did a silly thing. I didn't even change my colors. I did a silly thing. Word spread fast. I thought, it could, yes, Aoife, it's ideal lawn mowing time. Last stream, we were joking that there were bears mowing the lawn because I swear it was like 9:30 at night where I live and there was somebody mowing their lawn. And it was like, okay, I know there's a heat wave and I know you guys don't want to do it during the day, but maybe not at night with the bears loose or something. Yes. It's lawn mowing time. Yes. They know. It's time to mow the lawn. I swear. That's going to happen one stream and I'm going to have to either mute myself or something because I'm just not going to be able to talk. It's going to be so loud. I'm waiting for it. It's my landlord usually does the lawn on Sundays, so it would be a Sunday problem usually, I think. Sometimes. I don't know. But one of these days it's going to happen. I'm going to get all upset because I'm like, I came to draw. It's like I came to dance. I came to draw. And you guys aren't going to be able to hear anything. I swear, if somebody mows the lawn tonight. I swear. They want my bird. They want to mow the lawn. They're asking too much. They're asking too much. Surprised my mother's not breaking down my door or something and being like, I heard you're streaming. Do you want to... You said you were going to stream tonight. I came to bother you while you're streaming. I tried to avoid some of the awkwardness by not streaming. I had this discussion last time about wanting to do YouTube instead of live streaming because I didn't want to make myself look ridiculous on live camera. But I mean, is that a bunny? Is a bunny? Is a person? I can't see, dude. I'm going so blind. You're gonna make me go over here and look. Okay, that's cute. That's a cute emoji. I like it. It's cute. I feel that. I don't know what to say either. So I don't know what to say either. So I'm just gonna keep drawing, and that will break. That'll break our silence. How's that sound? I'm trying to show you what I can do. So it's okay. If I'm not talking either, it's because I'm trying to show you what I'm made of here. Do I want to do one more dark color? Yeah, why not? Why not, man? Why not? It's famous last words here. Why not? That's not dark enough. I don't like it. Oh. Well, sometimes I pop little drawing knowledge down, but I don't know if I'm the best to learn from. It depends what you want to learn. But that's really cool. Drawing is nice. I was talking earlier about doing commissions. And how I was just I don't know. I think I'm too afraid to do commission work. But yes. Yes, I don't like this. I don't like this. This is not the color I wanted. But I'm still using it. That's the kind of savagery I do here. Oh, okay. That's okay. You know what? I can relate. Sometimes I don't understand English either. So you have come to the right stream. Just because I may speak English doesn't mean I know what's going on. Doesn't mean I understand English at all. I sometimes I'll just sit there and ask people to repeat themselves 20 times because I don't know what's going on. So, but yeah, that's the life of somebody who is completely unable to focus on anything for a length of time. So. Yes. See, Aoife, sometimes I was told that if you have trouble understanding your native language, it's because you know too many, like, other languages. And I will say, once I started, like, learning German a lot, I struggle so much with English because sometimes the German word will come out, or, like, you know, or I'll want to say it in German instead of English sometimes. Or it won't even come out in German, it'll come out in Dutch or something. Like, yes. AR, you should have been here the other night. We were talking about different languages and stuff, and speaking different languages, but yeah. Yep. I'm a writer. I do a lot of writing. So, like, I can definitely tell you I understand, like, or I should understand English a lot better than I do. Like, I use a lot of big words and stuff when I write, but, you know, writing's a little different than speaking, so. A little different. It's a lot different. So, like, I can sound a lot more sophisticated when I write than anything else. Sometimes I just sound like an idiot when I talk, so I'm supposed to be being nice to myself, and that's not it's not entirely being very nice. Which layer is this? There we go. Well, seriously, did I not just? Oh, okay. That was the wrong layer. Okay. Anyway. I'm not on the layer. Okay, there we go. Oh, VTubers, nice. VTuber models, nice. Yep. Oh, emotes. Oh, okay. That would be why you have so many emotes. I guess, maybe. Oh, stickers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, back in my day, I used to want to do a lot of emotes and stuff for people, because I was like, that would be a cool way to get involved with the community, is make them emotes and stuff, but or like those kind of stickers, but I'm not that good at it. So I actually considered getting like one of those, because you're talking about like the little animated people in the corner, I imagine. I actually considered getting one of those once, because originally when I was going to stream, I didn't want to show my face. I was like, people don't want to look at this. So I was considering getting one and designing one myself, but it's they're not, in my mind anyway, they're not the easiest thing to recreate, or to create, I should say. I'm gonna have to go through and clean all this up in here. Okay, anyway, we're just gonna moving on. Moving on up. Do. Okay, but now I have to find all the layers. Oh man. Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, it's not that layer. This is a good layer. Would help if I had the pen on it. Right, there we go. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, man. Ah. Oh. Well, that's good. I'm glad it pays well. I figured it would, because I was pricing them out before. Like, a long time ago, I was, like, pricing them out. But yeah, that's good. I like my layers. I was talking before about how I like my layers. I like a lot of layers in my artwork. I do a lot of layers. And I was saying last time about how, like, it might upset some people with how many layers I do, because, like, if you stick around long enough, you're going to realize that I'm coloring over the same color at least 20 million times. But hey, I like my style. I like my style. That's just how I do. Yeah, and how are we going to do this? I have no idea. Because this isn't all blue down here. This is a problem. It's not, I'm not looking to be exact. I'm just looking to develop somewhat of a style. So if it doesn't match the reference, no one call the cops on me, please. My days of realism are over. I used to do traditional work, so like pen, paper, and realism for the longest time, and it just it literally drove me insane, and I didn't like it. So we don't do that anymore. Technically, I might try to do realism in this style at one point. Well, you can't do realism in this style, but you know what I mean. Do realistic digital work maybe once, twice, something like that. Because if I just did more layers and less of a tone difference or a gradient difference, or more of a gradient in between, you could build it up to realism. Probably eventually. Just don't have patience a lot for a lot of hoopla these days. A lot of hoopla. Oh, sometimes that's why I'm worried about doing commission work for like anything, because sometimes you have those people and they're wild people. And yeah, I would get tired of that. That would be something I would get tired of. Like, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that when I start my my creator journey, my commissioner journey. I don't entirely know how to get this down here. I don't know what's going on down here. There's a lot of colors going on down here. A lot of colors going on. I'm not really about it, to be completely honest. Gonna do the usual. We're just gonna do the usual. No, because that's not really. I argue with myself a lot about colors. But yeah, I'm waiting for the I was saying before, like, I don't want to get the phone call or the text saying, I don't like this, you did a horrible job. See, that's what I don't want. I don't want that if I do commissions. Like, that's not what I want for myself. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I feel like that's the life of, like, a commissioned artist, though. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, I worry that I'm gonna get somewhat decent, and then I'm just gonna be like, I don't want to do this anymore. But yeah, well, and that's what happened with like my Etsy shop. Like, I was decently known, not for my artwork, but for like a lot of the stuff I was making. And by the time I got really good, and people like started finding my Etsy, I was just done making the stuff that I was making. I was like, this is boring. I don't want to do this anymore. Find me something else. And I took it for granted. But like, I wasn't selling my artwork. I was selling like a lot of resin work and stuff that I was doing, like a lot of like 3D sculpture stuff. I was like, that's nice, but you know, not really what I want to get paid for. Not really what I wanted to do at the time. I was young. I was stupid. Oh, nice. Huh. I think we're going to focus on this area instead of, because usually I get, like, I would do this whole thing in one color and then go back through and do it, but I'm breaking it down into little pieces. Little pieces seem to work a little bit better. Is that not the area I was just working in? Oh boy, we got a layer kerfuffle going on here. I should have done it in sections. Is that not the color I was just working in? Yes, that's the color I was just... Oh, jeez. Talk about coloring on the wrong layer for a while. What is that? Is that the color I'm looking for? Yes. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, I need to make a little bit more money. Because I talked about this, you know, not that long ago, but I wanted it's not really about the money, but I want to do art more. Like, I want to be able to make art more, and to be able to make art more to fit it in my life with my lifestyle. Like, I unfortunately need to make money off of it. So it kind of has to be about the money if I want to keep doing it for a while, but yeah. That's what I used to do. I used to watch art streams and doodle. Aw, well, that's nice. Who knows how he knew me? Some people are very persnickety about artwork, though. And I used to be able to handle criticism well in art school, pretty well in art school, but I don't know. I could be pretty sensitive, so I don't know if I'd be able to handle somebody telling me they don't like my artwork, or at least being nasty about it. It's one thing if you're like, nah, you know, it's not really my style. I don't really like that style. That's fine. I get that. But like, when you're gonna be like, yeah, I don't like what you did here. Gonna be rough with me, then that's, you know, then it gets sensitive. Oh, good. It's yeah, I find that what I've been told that when you're a creative person and you don't create, um you tend to get pretty miserable, and I agree with that. So it's taken me a couple of years to come back to actual like drawing, especially like I've had this drawing tablet for I can't even tell you how long, but I was always too afraid to do any like serious drawing on it. So it's taken me a while. I'm in like oh geez, I'm in like a creativity rehab program for myself that I've made for myself. Like, okay, we're gonna work on this today, and then we're gonna work on this tomorrow, and you're not gonna make fun of yourself for making mistakes or doing things you don't like. You're just gonna be nice and easy on yourself, and then eventually, because I feel like I had to recover from art school. Like, art school really took it out of me, and I miss art school. But I also had a lot of bad critics in my life that were just really, like, super negative. So, like, I have to recover from all that. Because, like I said, I'm sensitive. I hold on to a lot of that stuff for a while, and you're not really supposed to. You know, you're supposed to let a lot of that criticism go and just use it as constructive feedback. But it's like I never thought in the entire... Well, I always wanted to stream and do artwork. Mostly, I wanted to stream and play video games, but it's close enough. But I never thought I'd be, like, sharing my artwork or my process publicly. So this is like a beautiful step in the right direction for me. And I'm gonna claim this as some of my best work because it's work that I guess I'm showing to people, but it's also work that I'm actually doing. Like, I would rather make art and have it be horrible than not make art. Because I went through that phase where I was like, I'm done being an artist. This is worthless. Worthless for me anyway. And yeah, I've come back to it. I missed it. I missed it a lot. Maybe do it, yeah. I could not stay away. I couldn't fight it. I'd hope you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded for me that it's not over. And I was talking about too, I like the community. I like the community that's going on here. It's this art community, like on Twitch, is so far it has treated me very nicely, so I kind of need, or I kind of like the inspiration. And the fact that it's a lot of other artists watching artists too, which is really cool. I like that. We're all just kind of supporting each other here. And that's nice. It's nice to know that we're out here, you know. Do I know how to draw a cloud? Probably. In like this style, in like the style I'm working in, you're sidetracking me. This is beautiful. I'm gonna draw a cloud, like a fluffy. It's a dark cloud. It's a rain cloud. But like, I imagine, and I'm making it up. It's a fluffy cloud. This is interesting. This is sidetracking my skills. It's not I don't have a reference. It's kind of like a cartoon cloud. And then like, yeah, and then it's not looking like a cloud. Wait. You mean like opacity? What are we talking? 50, 30%, 50%, 70%, 100%? I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to add some highlights to my cloud over here, though. It looks like a croissant. It looks like a great croissant. Going back to my burb. I'm sticking to what I'm good at for right now. So I think the answer is no. I don't know how to do a cloud. Is that a cloud? Is that half a cloud? Is that the moon? Oh, it's a croissant. You had a croissant. You had a croissant in there. It's a great croissant. I made a great croissant. But I'm going to keep it there because somebody might ask about it later. When they go to mow the lawn later, they're going to ask about my croissant. A brown cloud? I think you're talking about a croissant. Is this brown? Is this coming out as brown on stream? What are you talking about, a brown cloud? Brown chicken, brown cow? Brown chicken, brown cow. Croissant. I think you're talking about a croissant. Talking about a brown cloud. Wait, no, that's like dust cloud? With a French accent, croissant? with my fake French accent, croissant? That's how, okay, but to be fair, I'm not like making fun of anyone. That's literally how I say it sometimes. Just because like, it's like fragile. Like fragile, you gotta say it fragile. You can't. So it's like croissant. Croissant. Do the French say it differently? Croissant. Am I going to upset a lot of people by saying croissant? Croissant. Croissant. What? What do you What do you mean since you arrived I don't laugh? What are you apologizing for? I'll laugh. I don't know. Are you trying to pull one over on me? You trying to make fun of how I say croissant or something? What's going on here? Sometimes I forget to laugh. Is that a thing? Sometimes I think I laugh too much. But I'll weren't you here when I was laughing before about about mowing the lawn? Sometimes when I'm like fully concentrating, I don't laugh a lot too. Like I have to like think about laughing sometimes, if that makes sense. But I will think about laughing more. See? Yeah, see? It's okay. Ain't nothing wrong here. Yeah, I'm gonna darken all this in. Yeah. We're getting wild. Getting wild in here. I would like to say I'm making more progress on this burb than I did yesterday. I'm getting good at this talking and drawing thing. You see. Ah, yes, you see. Ooh, a little penguin. A little pingu. Is that a little pingu? What does he have on his head? Cola? What is that? Coca-Cola? Okay, there's something up there. I don't know. It's a little pingu. I saw a little pingu. You must know I like penguins. You must know I like penguins somehow. I feel like I made these lines way too narrow in the beginning. I can't layer them. Oh, jeez. Dude, artist problems. Artist problems 101 is hindsight. Because they're not even that light, and I'm making them that light. Not even that light. It's fine. See, I don't think it looks that good, but when we zoom out, it looks a lot better. So we'll just, anytime we show the picture, we're going to just zoom out a lot. Clown, penguin, clown. If you guys have never seen Pingu when you were young, you gotta go watch Pingu. I think his name's Pingu. It has to be Pingu. It's definitely Pingu. Newt. That's that cartoon. So cute. Newt. Penguin clown. I'm gonna review this stream, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be like, gee, was there anything I can fix in here? And usually I'm just looking for audio problems or technical problems when I review my streams. But I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna see apple, orange, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna see. Then I'm going new Pingu the penguin. And I'm going to think, what was I drinking? And really, I'm just drinking a pink drink. It's not even anything special, but... Yep. It's going to be what was this art stream? What was I doing here? I made some of my best artwork, but I lost my absolute mind. I have a friend, AR, that would really appreciate you making me laugh. Because I haven't laughed a lot. Laughed a lot recently. And they would really appreciate you making me laugh. I guarantee you. Because they always like to see me laugh, so it is appreciated. Yeah. Well, wait, what? Is that actual clown? What is that? I don't know. You have some wild emotes over there. They're coming up very small on my screen, so I can't see them all, but I appreciate it. Yes, you are making me laugh, if that was the question. Or do you think you're the friend that likes to see me laugh? Could be. I never know these days. He could be anywhere. Is this okay? Do we like this? Is this okay? Is this okay? I like this so far. So far it's nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. It looks like somebody with a top knot. And there's just squiggles all over their face. That's what it looks like from here. That's what it looks like from here. In all honesty. Squiggly. I think. Okay, we're actually gonna bring it down to this dark color. There we go. Squiggly. Okay. We're working with it. Here. Nice. Very satisfying. awesome. Hello. What? Welcome. Howdy indeed. Oh, geez. Howdy indeed. I got really excited there. We were discussing emojis. Yeah. Oh, yes. So I fixed this portion. This looks a little better than it did the other day. And I'm working on this portion. I'm like actually like getting used to drawing and talking at the same time again. So I can actually I'm actually making progress. It's very puzzling. Like, I'm getting very puzzled, like, how to put some of these colors in. Because I don't want to break anyone's hearts, but I don't know if anyone noticed. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to get this going. Why did I not put some darker lines in here where these feathers were? What was I thinking about then? Were we talking about bears mowing lawn again? Ooh. MGK is in Machine Gun Kelly. Nice. My one friend turned me on to Machine Gun Kelly. Yes. Does some good songs. I'm a big Black Bear fan too. Did a lot of good songs together. Did a lot of good collaborations. I think Taurus is one of my favorite songs. Oh, nice. Eminem is also one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites. I listen to a lot of different music. I listen to anything from like rap to like decades music and stuff, like literally everything. When I say everything, I do mean everything. Everything except like soul and like gospel music or something. Literally everything besides that. I have an extensive music vocabulary. I wouldn't say my favorite. I have a lot of favorites, but indie is my favorite, my home genre. Ooh. So you'll have to let me know when you stream, and I'm definitely gonna come and watch you. Without being creepy about it, I'm gonna come and watch you too. Yeah, no, I've talked before about like how like my desk setup is so like there's just so much junk on it. Like I had to do a lot of like tweaking to like get my like lighting good, and then like a camera decent, and I had a better camera when I started, but it was my phone and I just couldn't use my phone all the time. But yeah. All right. Well, I'll try not to be creepy, but I'm glad you don't care. Yeah, so I had to, like, it took me a long time to get, like, a decent, like, desk setup, too. Like, I was set up for playing video games, not drawing, so, yeah. And even still, it's not, like, the greatest, like, angle. I don't like the angle too much. I don't like watching, when I go back and watch the VODs, I don't like looking at my big nose all the time, so... But that's just how I have it set up. So that's just how I have it set up. Are we doing anything down here? I don't know if we're doing anything down here. Okay, that's where we're going to add more. What is going on outside? Constantly this entire stream, there has been stuff like going on outside. It's ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The name agrees. Yeah. Yeah. I, in the past when I've done like gaming channels, I've made them like centered around gaming, and then I just never got around to it. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm putting too much pressure on gaming. So when I did this channel, I was like, I'm just going to name it something like generic and just make it a name instead of, or like a phrase instead of just, putting gaming on it. Cause I have a lot of gaming channels. I think I've made like 4 or 5 in the times I was trying to get to streaming and just never did. But yeah. Yeah. And also too, like my angle for everything is just, it's not comfortable. Like I'm going to need a new gaming chair. I'm going to need a new chair. Like nothing is comfortable about my setup either. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about your name the other day, and it sounds very familiar. So I'm wondering if we've ever watched like the same streamers in the past before. If you watch a lot of streams or something. Because I was like, there's something that sounds like very familiar about your name. But yeah, maybe I've just seen it before or something. But it's a cute name. I like it. I figured no one was going to go for, well, ain't doing right with like a G and a GHT, whatever. Spelling my catchphrase or whatever, my channel name properly was taken. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pronounce it we're going to do it the ghetto way. And just drop a bunch of vowels and consonants, and that's how I'm going to get that name. But yeah. No, I know what you're saying. I frankly don't like what's going on around in this area. I don't like it at all. Because there's like a lot of like this going on, some of this going on. Remember, no pressure. AR jumped in here before and just said, let me see what you got. Let's see what you got. And I was like, oh no, there's a lot of pressure there. I was like, I just had this discussion with myself about no pressure at all. Yeah, I haven't been on Twitch heavily in the past like year, 2 years almost, but yeah, YouTube streams, yeah. My big Twitch days were from like 2014 to like 2022 maybe. I was big into Twitch, but I haven't been in the past recent years. But yeah, I don't watch a lot of YouTube streams. I watch a lot of YouTubers, or I used to watch a lot of YouTubers, but have not recently. Back when I was doing like I talked before about, I used to do like music videos and stuff for like YouTubers on my own accord. It was like a fan made thing or whatever. I did a bunch of fan vids for people. But like that's when I used to watch them a little more heavily, so I could like put stuff together for them, or in honor of them, I should say. I don't think most of them acknowledged that I even did work for them, which is fine. I don't think they ever could find my stuff, but yeah. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. Like, I used to do a lot of that stuff. My YouTube channel is out there somewhere, holding on for dear life, for the fan vids that I did when I was a young teenage girl. It was like weirdly obsessed. Like some people were obsessed with bands and stuff like that, and like I was obsessed with YouTubers. That was just me. I was that weirdo, but hey, they inspired me a lot. I'm allowed to say that. They inspired me a lot to do a lot of cool things in life, so I'm allowed to say I was a weirdo. Okay, what is Mr. Burb doing? Mr. Burb has a lot of weirdness going on up here. Yeah, a lot of weirdness going on. I don't even know how to make any of this make sense up here. Okay, we're going in with another dark layer. That's better than the last layer. Why did I not do that? Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. When in doubt, layer it out. I want to trademark that. Yeah. Yep. I feel that, Possum. Very strange. A very strange person. I try to act presentable for the camera, but sometimes it just slips out. AR had me saying a bunch of weird stuff earlier. I drew a cloud. You want to see my croissant cloud? That's my croissant cloud. I was asked if I could draw a cloud. And I'm pretty sure they meant an actual cloud. Nice. Wait, what? Wait, okay. All right. See, I'm working digitally, so I can't like comment and say, yeah, mine too. Yeah, mine too. You need to get something that's gonna make it longer. Yes, yeah, yeah, apples. Yeah, You need to get one of those little I always wanted to use one of those, the little pencil extenders. You need to get a pencil extender, it'll make it a little bit longer. That's seriously hard to draw with, though. That's seriously hard to draw with. That was like my number 2 pencils. I couldn't draw with them when they got that short. Okay. Is it okay? It's decent. It's whatever. We'll come back to it later. We're going to come back to it later. Let's move on. Moving on. I don't know what to do with this down here. That's going to be interesting, to say the least. Yes. I'm sorry. The number 1 rule of improv is yes and. So yes and. Anyway. I say anyway. Anyway. As I know, I'm going to start all over and we're going to build up the layers on this area too. Ah, yes, I was drawing in the wrong layer for that section. That was nice. Nice experience I had there. We were talking about bears and lawnmowers. They were coming for my burb earlier. There were some noises outside. They were coming for the burb. They wanted the burb. I was like, the burb's not done yet. Okay. Okay, I want to zoom in more, but not zoom in. There we go. I'm picky about my zoom. This isn't the right color. Did we miss a layer here? What am I doing? Where am I? it's supposed to highlight the layer I'm on, is it? Does it not? Like, what? Don't confuse me. Hello. That layer's not home. What is going on? There are people shouting outside again. There are people shouting outside again. Is this good? Okay, there we go. And I'm on this layer. I got the right colors. Okay. 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 Burb wasn't done cooking. Oh, now it's a green apple? It's a green apple. Apples to apples. Shout out to that game. Apples to apples. Fun game. Anyway, yes, Burb not done cooking. We are cooking on the Burb, but Burb not done cooking. We are cooking with fire though, because I kind of figured out how I wanted to fix it a little bit. A little bit. I was like, it needs more pizzazz. I was talking about doing texture on it, like actual texture with a textured brush. But we're gonna experiment with that later when it's done, or when it's getting close to being done. Needs to be closer to being done first. Needs more cowbell. Yes, needs more cowbell. Yes, and more cowbell. Once upon a time, I was in marching band, and that's all they said. That's all they said in marching band was needs more cowbell. And then somebody would run and go grab the cowbell, and we would get more cowbell. So don't you worry about cowbell. I'm cheating here. I'm on the wrong layer. I'm cheating. But yes, more cowbell. Needs more cowbell. Needs more cowbell. Dude, everyone's having a blast outside. I don't know why it's miserable out, but everyone's like, I swear there's a laugh track outside my apartment right now, and they're just like, they're having the greatest time in the world. It's like this morning I woke up and it was like, it must have been like 7 o'clock this morning, and they were just playing basketball. I was like, what are you guys doing? Was it no. I mean, people said we were pretty bad, if that's where you're going with that, but I mean, we were not a good marching band in the slightest, but no, there was just a lot of requests for cowbell. You want to talk about the kind of marching band I was in? There was an electric violin. We had an electric violin, but it needed an amp. Like, it needed to be plugged into an amp, of course. So all the marching band marched onto the field except the violin player and the marimba player. They were stuck on the sidelines, but yeah, you can't really march and do your violin with a, yeah. More cowbell. Yes. More cowbell. More cowbell. We would have people run back inside and grab the cowbell if we didn't have cowbell. And they would be running. They would be running, man. And we didn't run for anything. Whoa. Excuse me? Are you implying that I'm jumping around? Like, you mean throwing... jumping around like that? Or, like, me, like, physically jumping around? Because I'm, like, bouncing my leg and it's shaking my desk. Is that what we're... Or are you... Oh, you might be talking about, like, areas. I'm going to different areas. I'm cheating. Don't look. This is just how I'm doing this specific piece. When I did this piece, I kind of stuck it out for like the whole thing. Like I would do the whole thing a certain layer, a color layer. Stress. I do stress. This is a little stressful. It's actually not bad. Because I'm chilling out and talking to you guys, but I do stress a little. Yeah, I was bouncing my leg before, and it like, I realized that on the last stream. I don't know where I was bouncing it, but it was like shaking my desk and shaking my camera. And I was like, well, that's fine. I have a hard time sitting still. What is that in here? What is this? What is this tiny little section in here? Okay. I don't know what to color that. I don't know why that's there, but I'm just gonna ignore it. What's going on up here? So this is why I don't do complicated things like this. This is so complicated compared to the dog. I've already decided. I was talking to Possum about doing flowers. I was going to do flowers. I was doing some flower photography earlier today with literally just my phone, but I didn't break out the big expensive camera, but I could do these with flowers. I could do this style with flowers, and then maybe I could bust out some more flowers. A weema wep, a weema wep, a weema wep, a weema wep. Yeah, so I could bust out some more flowers. And maybe I could like develop a little bit better of an art style. Instead of this one big this burb is gonna be a masterpiece. And what am I gonna do with Burb when Burb's done? Who knows? But he's a little big to make a sticker out of. If I get the branch, I was saying before, if I get the branch in there, maybe a background, I could make it like a neat little illustration. But yeah, and I should really be hanging my artwork up more on my walls. So maybe I will. I'll be doing that. I'll be putting him on my wall somewhere. He'll be on my wall somewhere. That wouldn't be so bad. What are we doing? What's going on here? I need my next color. My next color, please. I guess I'm not going to do that down there. All right. Sections. Working in sections. The fun of working in sections. It was a waste of my time. This is not matching up to the reference. No one look. No one look at the man behind the curtain. Yes, this is good practice. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've like gotten into drawing. I'm surprised I was able to pull back. I'm just gonna shamelessly plug this cute dog. I'm surprised I was able to pull that out of my rear end to save my life. I haven't done one of those in a long time, like maybe a year. So I'm surprised I still had that skill going there, but I would like to thank my sponsors, which is so far you guys. pretty much. I did stream the Rottweiler if the VOD's not down, because they're only up a week. I saved the videos so I could put them on a YouTube channel at some point, but I did stream that one. I was streaming under the wrong category. I didn't realize there was actually an art stream category in Twitch. That's how far out of Twitch I am as of recently. But Yeah, I was streaming under just chatting because I was like, yeah, because back in my day, there wasn't, I don't think there was an art category on Twitch when people started getting into the art streaming. I think everyone was under just chatting for a while. So I don't know when they added that, but you see something about my channel? Yes, I have it on like my Oh, my button got stuck. I had it on my personal channel. They're being copied over to my personal channel, where I did some of my other stuff, but I don't know if I want them posted on that channel. So I'll have to, normally, and this is funny because I'm going to get so unlucky this time around. Normally when I do a Twitch channel, I'll instantly make a YouTube channel for it so I could save the name. I did not do that this time around. So do I want to know? Do I want to know? There was a lot of stuff in just chatting. That's where like everyone went who wasn't playing a specific game. And sometimes if they were playing a game that wasn't listed, that's where they would go too. Yeah, back in the day, the early days of Twitch, there was a lot of wild stuff going on there. I just knew of it. I wasn't, I think I probably scrolled through there looking for artists, and that was it. Oh, yeah, Is that the nickname for them? The oily fans? Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong there, Paulson. You're not wrong. They might as well. They might as well. I already did that here. Nice. 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 That's the cutest dancing dinosaur I've ever seen. What I am doing, the world may never know. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Dude, they're wild outside. They are being wild outside. They must see a bear. They must be seeing bears out there. Yeah, I think sometimes it's just the like because I used to do like people portraits, and I used to be pretty decent at them, but some faces I could not get. Like I just could not I could not get them. And I think that's what deterred me away from doing like commission art because I was worried that, like, dogs are one thing, but, like, if I were to do people for people, some faces I just can't, like, some come out really nicely and then some just, like, I couldn't. So, and then sometimes you just have those projects. I don't know what I did there. Sometimes you just have those projects that are just like, and those portraits that are just like, yeah, no matter what you do, they're just not what that was. They're just not going to cooperate. Like, normally I would have quit this bird by now because I don't know, this is a weird color scheme going on, like, down in here. I don't know how to get that on here, but because I'm streaming it and I know it would make me mad and other people mad if I didn't finish this thing, I'm gonna finish it. But normally, like I was talking about, I tried to do a bird like months and months ago, and I did an Oriole, and I couldn't get the feet down, and I threw away the whole thing. I was like, no, we're done here. Absolutely not. Yes, there's some faces. I don't know what it is, but, like, to be fair, I didn't do any celebrities. If I found a face that looked aesthetically pleasing, like on Pinterest is where I got a lot of my references from, I would do it, but, and it's just some part of the faces I just could not. I just could not. Like, they weren't making sense. The color wasn't right or something. And then I would get, like, really, like, disheartened, like, oh, I can't draw faces. Yeah. So I try to stick to things that I'm decent at or know how to draw because it helps my inner critic, but then I'm never going to learn and get better if I don't try different things. So it's just one of those things. Nice. Yeah. I've never got into taking requests. Well, actually, I did when I was really good at realism back in the day. Like, I did some realism when I was younger, because when I was a young teen, people found that fascinating that I was so good at drawing that they wanted to use my artwork and sell my artwork on my behalf for charity. And they made a request that I do some buildings. But that's, like, the closest thing I've ever gotten to having, like, requests. Like, an old high school friend of mine, she used to do that for people all the time. She would draw their OCs, their characters for, like, their stories, for them. And they would come out really great. And people really liked that, and they would pay her money for that. But I couldn't really do the art on demand thing. I had a problem with that. Internally, I had a problem with that. Like, I couldn't figure it out. I didn't like it. Something like that. But now I'm branching out into this new art life. I mean, I'm considering commissions, and I told myself I would never do that years ago, so I don't know. Anything can happen. As long as you like doing it. Like you said, there's going to be some not so good ones. And it's funny too, because I'll look on some stuff now and think, yeah, this is garbage. And then I'll look at it again in a couple of months and I'll be like, wow, this was amazing. Why can't I do this again? Yeah. Yep. It's nice. It's nice developing an art community. Like I said, I haven't had one since college, and it's nice being surrounded by artists, or even people who appreciate art. It's nice to hear. We're gonna go, I'm taking you guys on an adventure. We're going on an adventure. I mean, I'm already doing a lot better because I'm like in a community. Whereas if I was doing this on my own, like I said, I probably would have given up on this like 3 hours ago, like before I even started it. I would have just given up on it. So nice. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I was raised on realism. Um I was like forced into doing realism when I was younger because I was really good at it, but I absolutely hate it. Like I don't like it. Um but people pushed me to do it because like I understood like the concepts of realism or whatever. And like I said, it just looked good, so that's what people wanted me to do, but I was never about it. I was never about it. I always liked my abstract. I like my abstract concepts and like and I like stuff like this too that's like it's not really oh geez. Oh I don't want to look at it from afar. Never mind. Anyway, like I like looking at stuff like this. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's not meant to be realism. It's meant to be like a stylized form. But yeah, I was just never a big fan of realism. I mean, I don't mind when other people do it. I like looking at other people's realism or other people's artwork and their styles. I myself it's just not me. It's not me. I tried for many years to do the realism thing because I was told that's the only way I was going to get paid as an artist is to do some realism. And that's not true. So, and really the only thing I ever wanted to do, I was stuck doing realism, but I just really wanted to do like a lot of like when I was younger, I wanted to do a lot of like manga and anime. And people just wouldn't let me. Like my mother specifically, she's like, I don't like that style. Don't do that. So I was like, okay, I won't do that. So I missed out on a lot of like potential to learn and create that way. Because I listened to other people who pretty much didn't know what they were talking about, but you know, that's how it goes. And somewhat, I'm going through a big I don't care phase. Like I'm going through a big I just don't care anymore phase. So that's where I'm getting like a lot of my stuff from. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm going to do what I want anyway. And it's taken me years to get this way, but you know. It's taken me some time. Yes. Yes. And I sadly can't say I'm like that old. And when I say, people get offended when I say old. When I think of old, I think like 80s, 90s, maybe up in that direction. I usually say older, like, but I'm getting to an age where I just don't care anymore. I'm getting to an age where I just don't care. Something in my brain clicked. I don't know if it's like, but they say it's like your prefrontal cortex developing or something or whatever. I don't know. But when you get to be like 25 or something, but I'm at the point I'm just like, no, I can't be bothered. Life is too short to really care. Some of the best advice I received when I was working my last job, because one of the women before me that was there, she's like, I'm going to give you the best piece of advice I've ever learned from working at this job, because the job was absolutely horrible. She said, the reason people suffer so much at this job is because they care too much. She's like, so the best thing I ever did was care less. She's like, that's what you got to do. You got to care less. And sure enough, yes, the less you care, the better off, I mean, I found I was a better employee when I started caring less, to be completely honest. I came in, I did my job, I went home, tried not to get involved in the drama, ended up getting involved in the drama, and, but care less. You care less. I feel like you get a lot more done that way. Or you have potential to get more done that way. Okay, honestly, we're going to fix this because I don't like how this is turning out. No one panic. No one panic. I feel like this is going to make a difference. Don't need to follow the reference exactly, but should maybe follow the lighting concepts on it. Might make a difference. I actually already like that better. Have I been streaming? I have been streaming for 2 hours. The other night I streamed for 4 hours. I was like, that's crazy, because the longest I've ever streamed, I think before that, was like 3 hours, maybe 3.5. I just, I'm all kinds of sore because I did a lot of exercising yesterday morning. So my back's bothering me. So I definitely need a new chair if I'm going to be streaming for 4 hours, every time I stream now. Because before I was doing a 7 to 9, I was only doing 2 hours. And 2 hours is a lot of drawing for me. I was lucky before if I spent half an hour drawing. And now, because I guess I'm being entertained while trying to be entertaining, I can actually focus on drawing for 4 hours, which is crazy. I haven't done that since college. Absolutely crazy. Crazy stuff, man. Okay, so we're gonna open this up, and this is gonna make a difference. I swear. Okay, fix the layers after that. I like it. I already like it more. I like it. I like it a lot. I should have done this before. Yes, it makes it look a little different. It's probably going to look a little wonky, but yes. Yeah, so I also do a lot of writing sometimes, and I found that when I'm writing, I have to listen to music. I do a lot of writing sometimes. But, yeah, I find that I have to, be doing something else. So I think, and that's why I said before, I was preaching to the choir, I was like, I need an art community, because in the art community, I'm going to be able to talk to people and socialize with people who are other artists, and that's going to be so much better for me. I do officially have the ADD. I got the ADHD thing going. So for me, it's having another person in the room makes a big difference, and also doing something while I'm doing the thing makes a big difference. So I did a lot of my drawing back in my day when I used to long time ago. When I used to go to church, long time ago. Have not since, but I used to be so bored out of my mind that I would just start drawing, and that's where I got it. That's where I got a lot of it from. And so I wouldn't be able to focus on what was going on unless I was drawing. And that's where we figured out I had like the superpower of like having to do, like I have to do a thing on top of the thing to focus on the thing. So I started doing that in school. I started drawing a lot during like math class and stuff, and I could just focus so much better. Yes, it made a big difference for me, because I learned that, first of all, the brain just functions a lot different for everyone, but like learning that there were certain things that were going to help me draw, and it made a big difference to me. Like I said, like being around other people that draw or like to draw, or talking to other people while I draw helps a lot. Oh man, I'm gonna have to fix these layers so badly. So that's why I think I like did really well in art college, because I was just around other artists. And like those other artists helped me a lot just by existing. Like literally they just had to exist. Literally just had to be in the same room. Sometimes it didn't even matter if they were doing anything. It's literally just being in the same room sometimes. Yes, the spicy brain. Yeah. I do too, actually, because it would have like been so helpful for me to know that like, hey, you're gonna do a lot better if you like just have somebody in the room with you. Like, you know, to be like completely random about it, but I was like just gonna redo these in here. Yeah, like, so having somebody in the room makes a big difference. I don't care what they're doing. Just somebody's existence makes a difference. Being bored actually makes a big difference. I make more artwork when I'm bored than when I'm not. Allowing myself to do what I want when I want to, like, made a big difference. Like, I was told, I made a comment before to like some people. I was like, I was like, one of the reasons I'm not drawing a lot is because I want to draw in the middle of the night. And they're like, well, what's wrong with that? I was like, well, first of all, I have to go to bed, but like, so not like setting aside a time, like doing it when I want to do it made a big difference. Instead of doing it to people's standards, like during the daytime, like, what do you mean I'm not allowed to rearrange my bedroom at 12 o'clock at night right before bed? Like, what do you mean I'm not allowed to do that? So like working, just acknowledging that I have the spicy brain. I like that, having the spicy brain, made a massive difference for me. Massive difference. Because then I could literally tell my brain to do stuff. So, yeah, it makes a big difference in your life. Definitely. But yeah, had I known that, I would have understood why I was jumping from hobby to hobby, because, oh, geez. And, like, especially in, like, high school going into college, I had way too many different hobbies and stuff. Like, I talk about how, like, I'm into photography, I'm into writing, I'm into drawing, I'm into painting. Like, I'm into all those things. Like, I was into metalworking, I was into stained glass. Like, I was into a million different... I did felting with the freaking felt and the needle. I did that for a while. I did cross stitch. I did sewing. I literally did a million different hobbies, and I only kept very few of them. And I didn't realize that was me and my spicy brain trying to find some dopamine or something. Yep, pretty much. But then you got I wish I could figure out how to harness the hyper focus, you know, because sometimes I will like go into the hyper focus if you get lucky, you get to hyper focus on something. And I was I would hyper focus on writing. I think writing was a big one. I could sit there and I could write for hours on end and not even notice that I was like writing. And I would just go for hours and hours and hours. I would avoid food, water. And when I was even younger, I did that with video games. I did that a lot with video games. I would just like not get up from my desk for hours at a time just to keep playing the video game. But at the same time, when I was doing anything else that wasn't the thing I was super focused on, just forget it. Just forget it. I wasn't paying attention for anything. Chances are when I was in math class, I was thinking about what I was writing after math class. But like I said, it helped me to do something while I was doing something boring. So like in math class, if I was sitting there doodling, I'd probably be fine. I probably wouldn't have a single problem with doing math because I was doodling. They are launching fireworks right now. It's not even close to the 4th of July. Yes, that was me, and I was a big World of Warcraft fan. And I would sit. I started that when I was like 12 years old. I would sit there and I would play that game for hours and hours and hours, and I wouldn't leave the laptop alone. And it was crazy. Dude, people are really into the 4th of July over here. Anyway, but yeah, my mother wasn't concerned about that. It's concerned about that in the slightest when I was a kid, but that's okay. So yeah. And honestly, I think when I'm doing something, I can talk a lot better too. Like I can articulate what I want to say a lot better. Like if I was just to sit here and look at the camera all the time and then try to have a conversation, I don't know if I could do it. I mean, first of all, I'd probably get bored. Second of all, I would focus too much on what I'm saying, and that would like set me off. It's like remembering to breathe. Like once you start remembering to breathe, then you're going to focus on breathing more, and and it's just awful. Diablo 2, yeah. I never got into Diablo 2. I got so attached to Warcraft. That was it. That was just it. I wasn't going to look at anything else. I never got into like Hearthstone or anything like that, or whatever games Blizzard came out with. Like, cause I think Diablo 2 is Blizzard. But yeah, I was like, nope, it's Warcraft. And I had to play very specific expansion packs because I liked the certain style of the game. But yeah, no, hours and hours and hours into that game. And it was quite disturbing. I would come home from school and probably wouldn't even do my homework, and no one noticed that I never did my homework. And I never studied or anything. I would come home from school and I'd probably get home at like 2:30, 2:45 maybe. I would have a snack, immediately open the laptop, and sit there until bedtime at like 10 o'clock. Yes. So my internet was absolute garbage too. And I did convince my mother to pay for my subscription to Warcraft when I was a kid. But yes, it was not fun playing on our internet. It was garbage. I actually complained to my mother that she was paying, I think at the time it was only like $10 a month for a subscription, and now it's like 15, but I complained to her, or I think it was like 7 something. I complained to her, I was like, you're paying $7 a month for me to play this game, for a subscription for me to play this game, and we have the worst internet in the world. Are you going to let that fly? You're going to let that by? You know what you should really do? You should pay more for internet because you're paying for my subscription to Warcraft. And do you know that actually worked? She was like, yeah, I don't like how slow the internet is either. It wasn't until she got really involved in the internet did she really make the switch to get us better internet. But where I lived, it was middle of nowhere, so Internet was like not a thing, but yeah. Anyway. Anyway, she eventually got us better internet, and it made sense to pay the subscription fee for it, but yeah, no, I know what you're saying. And I would glitch out of the games a lot. Like, I would be loading in a dungeon or something, and I would just glitch right out. Be like, well, sorry, that's my horrible internet. And but man, that game was the bomb diggity back in the day for me. That, and when I was younger, I played Wizards 101. Wizards 101. I glitched out of that game more times than I could count. Because yeah, we just did not have the internet. That was a fun game. Yeah, we pretty much the same for me. We lived in the boonies. And we were like one of the last like towns. I don't think they finally figured out they could get fiber 2020. I think that it finally eventually came to my town and they could upgrade to fiber. I mean, now I have fiber. That was the other thing too, because I was going to start being a streamer when I was like 16 because I thought that would be great. Once I got over all my social anxiety, but I thought it would be great for me. And I had the setup and everything, but the internet was just garbage. And like, we had absolutely nothing. And I remember like having OBS set up, and I was going to use an Elgato game capture card to like capture the games I was playing, because that's how you did it back then. And I remember like I couldn't have OBS and like Minecraft or something open at the same time. I was like, you're kidding me. Like, it just kept crashing on my computer. Yes. Yep. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. When they ended up getting fiber, they had to like rewire the entire street. But okay, I'll see ya. I'll see ya. But yeah, internet, man. That's one of the reasons I'm an awkward soul. That's the real reason I didn't stream until, like I said, I just don't care anymore. So anyway, does this look better? I think this looks better. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah. That's the art process there, man. Make sure we save. Okay. Probably gonna do these feathers and then I might finish it up. I don't have to get up super early tomorrow, but I have to get up, so. So I have to get up. Well. Okay. I gotta fix this. I want to fix this. It's maybe not the layers I want to fix, though. No, and see, that could stay. We want to get the... No, that layer's probably fine. Tweak and 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 tweak. And tweak and tweak and tweak. Ah, yes. See, that's what I keep doing in my chair. Kind of. I mean, I know what you probably mean, but I'm like so crooked. I'm so crooked. I'm so uncomfortable. It's ridiculous. Oh, yes. It's like, when I can find a good chair on sale, I'm going to get myself a new chair. Because I got the cheapest chair from Amazon. It was like $30, but I was like, I'll take it. Because when I moved in, I didn't think I was going to be doing this. But it's the most uncomfortable chair I've ever sat in. I missed the chair I originally had for all my gaming days. It was like this really nice, big, honkin' leather chair. It was really nice. It was like something you would see out of, like The Godfather. Like, just be sitting in this big chair. Okay, this makes more sense down here. This is making more sense. That makes more sense. We like this. We like this a lot. Oh, my abs hurt. My abs hurt. I like took my first dance class yesterday morning and I'm like so sore. It's so ridiculous. That's interesting. I didn't realize, well, I mean, I guess you could just easily swap them out. Yeah, none have been comfortable. Me and my spicy brain actually like to sit in very strange positions. So I might need to get one of those chairs that has like the platform on it. I used to have, I will say, the most comfortable chair I ever had, besides the leather chair when I was like really young, was a kneeling chair. I had a kneeling chair for a while. I don't know where I got rid of it, I think, because it was falling apart. But it was really nice to like kneel instead of like, it took a lot of the pressure off my my buttocks. Cause like that's what's bothering me, I think, the most now is my butt. But yeah, that was a nice chair. I liked kneeling. Yeah, spicy brain likes sitting in strange positions, so spicy brain likes weird positions, sitting in weird positions. And cheating, don't look. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I know like this one actually kind of has like some lumbar support a little bit, but I don't know, man. I'm also not used to sitting for so long. I mean, and usually when I stream this long, I take breaks. I take like 5-10 minute breaks. I'm gonna get up and get a snack or something, go to the bathroom or whatever, but nah, man, I'm locked in. You guys got me locked in. Like when I was playing like the video games for a brief period of time, I would like do like a 7 to 9 stream, and it was a 7 to 9 stream, and I would break like an hour in, and I would get up and I would literally walk around and just come back. And but nah, man, I'm locked in. I'm drawn for a while now. Well, I say for a while now. Like I said, I'll probably finish this area and then we'll probably call it quits for the night, because I don't know. I think that was a decent amount of progress so far for today, especially if I get this done. And then we'll move on to the tail feathers next stream, and then hopefully finish this, because I don't know how I'm going to do this section, but yep. I think it's really cool. So far, it's pretty cool. I'm learning a lot from the experience. I could tell you that. Learning a lot from the experience. Thank you. Thank you. Figure out what layer was going on here. Yeah, that layer. That layer's a mess. Okay, now we're going to... Oh, what? I discovered something cool. If I hold down... if I hold down the button, instead of... I can erase, and then if I let button go, it goes back to my pen. Oh, man. Don't tell me I could sell stickers. I tried selling stickers before. Like I haven't made a sticker this one yet, but I've made these into stickers, and people are like, "Nah, we don't like those stickers." Like, I could make something and sell it. I'll tell you, I'll make something and sell it. If I could get like, I'd probably start asking for dog pictures or something and get into commissions or something at some point. Anyway, yeah, Spicy Brain couldn't figure out the button situation on the pen that I got, because I hold my pen very strange. Very, very strange. I don't even know. It's very hard to tell. I've tried showing it before on stream. It's very hard to tell. It's in between, whereas, like, you know, a lot of people, like, point their fingers. I death grip my pen, so I couldn't figure it out before. Yes, I've talked about my tablet before on stream. It's very nice. It's very nice. I talked about how, like, I had one of those ones that wasn't a screen, and it was like just a drawing pad. Yeah, because back in my day when I started trying to do digital art, when I was like 12 or whatever, I got a drawing pad, and it was horrible. I couldn't make any art on it. I couldn't figure it out. And then a couple of years ago, I got myself an actual drawing tablet, and it's made a big difference. And the reason I justified that purchase was because I said if I lose the fixation to do like digital art, I'm just going to use it as a glorified second monitor, a very expensive second monitor, but at least it would be useful for something if I wasn't using it for art. So that's how I justified getting my very expensive, semi-expensive drawing tablet. I think this one was a great... I have a Canvas, a Huon Canvas Pro 16, and at the time I got it on sale, and it was supposed to be the most budget-friendly one. So, yeah. Highly recommend it if you're going to do a lot of digital art. Especially if you're going to do a lot of digital art. Ooh, why does it keep doing that? Yeah, yes, that's pretty much exactly what I'm talking about. I had an Intuos. I think that's a Wacom Intuos or something like that. I hated it. I hated drawing on that thing. I couldn't figure it out. This, to me, reminds me, like, with the screen, reminds me more of traditional art, and I think that's why I like it better. But, yeah, not everyone can afford expensive graphic tablets, so... What even? Yeah, the Intuos. And I had gotten it at the time. It was like, I was talking about how, like, those were some of the first tablets on the market, at least, in my opinion, anyway. Because a lot of the time, people were still drawing with a mouse. Like, people were getting into the mouse drawings and stuff. Which I just brain could not function like that. But, yeah. But my good friend had gotten a Wacom Intuos, and she absolutely loved it. And I was like, ooh, that's cool. I want to try that. Didn't like that in the slightest. Didn't like it in the slightest. I still have it somewhere, but it's like, I ain't touching that again. It's not my thing. It wasn't my thing. I was being bougie. The artist in me was being a bougie artist. Yeah. I got into pixel art. I talked about this before. I got into pixel art because I loved drawing, but, like, I couldn't figure out how to do accurate mouse drawings, so I just got into pixel art, and I did a lot of pixel art. Yeah, that's what I was doing during my computer classes. I was doing that during my computer classes when I was a kid. Just not paying attention to what we were learning in computer science or whatever it was called, and just doing pixel art on, like, Microsoft Paint or something. I would zoom in. Yeah, because I was complaining the one stream when I was doing the Rottweiler that all this is pixelated because of the resolution I'm using or whatever. But it reminds me of back in my day when I would do pixel art, And that would be really cool because you would zoom in, you would do all the pixels, and then you would zoom out and you would make something really cool out of it. So, yep. That was my thing. Yes. Yeah, I had gotten really into pixel art. It was really cool. My young, creative, undestroyed brain really liked it. Before, like, people started forcing me into realism. I was happy with pixel art. That, and I would also, I had also gotten into writing, too, around that time. So if I wasn't, like, drawing, when I was trying to avoid class, I was writing, usually. I was a big daydreamer. And sometimes I would use the writing or the drawing as an excuse that would help me focus, and it would technically help me focus, but nah, man. I would have much rather have been drawing or writing somewhere else and not in class, but you know how it goes. A lot of strange noises. Oh, strange noises. There was a lot of wildness going on outside earlier. Definitely seemed like could have been bears mowing the lawn. There was some guy saying hello outside. He was like, hello? I was like, what? And we thought they were coming from my burb. I didn't like that at all. Why is this? Oh, we're still nice. Still on eraser. Nice. Good job. Didn't like it at all. Is that the same color? Uh-oh. Yeah. Ooh, nice. There we go. Widen up the area. There we go. I'm cheating. Don't look. I'm cheating. Okay. It's better. It looks better. What? People just being weird? Or people being weird outside? I swear, they were practicing fireworks earlier. And I was like, we're a week out. But, like, did we need to be practicing fireworks like we were? No, not really. My town can't even afford fireworks, so I don't know what they think they were doing, but they impress me every year. They do something new and crazy, so. Oops, yeah, that's not the layer we want. Yeah, we want that layer. Tuesday, July 1st. Tuesday. I can be very ignorant to other people's culture sometimes. I like learning about other people's culture, but I could be very ignorant to it. One of the classes I failed consistently was history class. So most of the time, I don't even know my own American culture, let alone other people's culture, which is really sad. But I'm going to take your word for it that July 1st is important wherever you live. And I apologize for not knowing why, but just so bad. I'm so bad anymore. They're so bad. If it involved a war, I wasn't about wars. Oh, it's Canada. Oh, is it really? Wait, that's on my calendar. That actually might be on my calendar. I should have known that. Get out of here. They're warning me my phone's off. Oh, see, I had no, it's not. Okay, it's on most calendars, so I should know that, but I had a date planned that day. That's why I thought there was something on it, but yeah. Nah. The most foreign holiday I remember a lot that I approve of is Boxing Day, and that's the only thing I got for you. It's the only thing I got for you. I don't pay attention to holidays. I'm not a big holiday person to begin with, so I guess I can't, like, blame myself for not knowing a lot of holidays. Oh, Boxing Day? Yeah, Boxing Day. We technically don't have a Boxing Day over here. I just think we should. There was a point that I was going to make with that. Yeah, because it's nice to, we see it as a way to thank our male people and stuff like that, and I used to be one of those male people, so that's the only reason I like Boxing Day. But no one celebrates it over here. It's literally just me. Like, because I like to thank myself, like, thank you for delivering packages. You're welcome. But, nah, man. We have a lot of strange, unnecessary holidays over here. So I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not the most patriotic American you will ever find out there. I'm bad at representing my country. I would rather represent Canada than America, but yeah. I think a lot of people had different like reasons or like ways to like celebrate it. Yeah. Anyway, that's just what I was told. Is I was told that some people use it as a way to the day after to thank their delivery people or like first responders and stuff like that. But I'm sure it has a lot of different meanings for people. Or different, like, yeah. Anyway, I'm just, like, completely ignoring this feather in here. Should be building that up, too. That's why I'm ignoring it. It's a darker color. That's why it's getting ignored. Yeah, ew. Uh-oh. Remember I said I'm cheating, don't look? Oops. Wait, what? What is going on here? Wait, what? Oh, it's on a different layer. Okay. No, geez. Uh-oh, what? What layer was this on? What layer was this on? Uh-oh. I gotta go check all of them again. No. That's why there's no cheating and always make sure you're on the right layer. I know I was somewhere in here when I did that though, so I have to Yeah, there we go. Okay, anyway. I I was naming my layers, you know. I put them in folders. Is that not good enough? This is the most organized I've ever been. Like, what are you talking about naming my layers? I at least got them in groups, like whites, blacks. That doesn't mean that also doesn't mean I'm going to draw them on the right, I'm going to color on the right layer, but you know, I mean, look, I labeled my line work up here. I labeled my swatches. I put my swatches on a separate layer this time around. I don't know what you're talking about. Did I actually label any over here? See, I got my grays. I ended up merging all of them together in the end, but that's just my process there. But I got this is folder 1. Why is this folder 1? It's supposed to be labeled. I got my eyes. I got my tans. I got my grays. Stephen Roy. All right. Well, I'll have you know. You weren't here for this, I'm pretty sure, but I actually looked up what the secondary, they're not secondary feathers, what this section here of the burb is called. Like right up in here, this little, do you know, it's called the semi-plume. I looked that up specifically to label that grouping of colors. So don't tell me. I know what you're on about. And let me tell you, I've survived this long. This is actually one of the biggest ones I've ever done with the most amount of layers. So yes, it may need some more organizing, but they're kind of in an order, like darkest to light. So like the shoulder floof. Yeah. Yes, it is floof because, ooh, spazzed out there. It has floof on it, and that's the big argument. What I'm gonna do with that stuff when I get to there, whether I'm gonna make up some texture thing or something. Anyway, so there we go. We were on that layer. Anyway. That's why I say I'm cheating, don't look, is because I'm using the wrong layer to do something with. Is it considered a Canadian burb? Is it really? Blue jays are my favorite. Blue jays are like my favorite burbs of the burb kingdom there. I've had like a weird like thing about blue jays since I was like young. I just really like them. They're pretty burbs. And I'm never going to say bird right ever again. Just so you know, but is it really? That's nice. They're pretty. They're also nasty. My grandmother, I think, used to feed the blue jays, and they used to come like right into her hand or something like that. They used to like sit in her hand to eat. But they could be nasty. Excuse me? Canadian cobra chicken? Are you holding out on me? Are you what are you telling me? You're telling me there's some spicy burbs over there? That sounds like a spicy one. He sounds very spicy. That's quite a name, by the way. I appreciate that name. Oh, the Canada goose, very evil. We have the geese. I call them the geesies. They're called geesies over here. I call them geesies. But the geesies over here are nasty. They're very nasty. The gooses we have are absolutely horrible. They bite. They chase you around. Yeah. Wait. Talking about the snow geese? Are you talking about the same geesies? They migrate down here, don't they? Don't they come and spend some time with us for a while? We're probably talking about the same burbs. But they all have bird flu around where I live, so no one touches them anymore. You seeing what I'm seeing? You seeing what's going on here? Yes, very mean. They are very mean. Yeah, no, you're not supposed to touch them anyway. What is going on here? Excuse me. I had a tiny crisis here. Anyway, yeah, no, you're not supposed to touch them. You're not supposed to touch them. They're nasty. At least I know that. We have a lot of fun people where I live that just like to touch things they're not supposed to touch. But 'tis yes, you aren't supposed to be touching. What is going on now? Why? Am I supposed to be going to bed? Is this how we close out for the day? That I just can't figure out what's going on here? Well, I was on a layer. Okay, so I wasn't on that layer, but I was on a layer. It wasn't that layer. It was this layer. And I was trying to... Oh, am I on a race still? Wow. Wow. Okay, anyway. Yes, there was a group of 100 of them, you were saying. Yep. Those geesies, man. They're wild. Thankfully I don't see... Well, we have a lot of them around here, but I don't see too many of them. I try to stay away from them. But we have a lot of ducks. We get a lot of ducks around here. We have a group of baby ducks that walk through town a lot. They're pretty cute. Dude. The things I've heard tonight, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about any of this. The things, the noises I hear. The noises I hear. Okay, no, we were working on this color over here too. Okay. 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 Okay, bird. Okay, birdie. I can't help myself. I love those TikToks. Okay, birdie. Okay, bird. The freaking... I had to look up what TV show that was. I absolutely love those. Yeah, ducks are fine. Yeah, they're pretty chill. They're pretty chill. They just hang out. I like taking pictures of them. They're usually pretty nice. They're pretty cute. They got little babies and stuff. And they walk with their little babies. Going on a little baby road trip. Ow. Ow. My abs. My non-existent abs hurt. Anyway. Well. Nice. Wait, what? Pardon my French? Okay. Here we go. Anyway. Wildness. Absolute wildness these days. Let me get like a color down in here. Nope. Nope. An anime villain. No. I mean, actually, kind of already does. Kind of already does anyway. Kind of already does. I haven't seen a recent picture of him, but yes, kind of already did before you know. I will find. I will find. I will find and I will fix. And okay. Alright, we're just gonna ignore that. Ignore any details that are gonna need touching up because I have a technique. It's called merge all the layers and deal with it later. Yes, see? There you go. You got to take creative liberty and just that's called creative liberty right there. You just got to take creative liberty and just kind of just got to do you, boo boo. Oh, I was forgetting this feather up here. We're focusing down here. Jeez Louise. My watch is telling me it's bedtime. Little does it know I haven't gone to bed at 9 o'clock in like, I don't know, 10 years, so. Dude, they're shouting so loud, man. I ain't ever gonna get to sleep anyway. I don't know who they're kidding. I don't know who my watch is kidding, thinking I'm going to bed soon. I don't know, man. Looking good, so we're almost done. We're gonna do this feather. Why did I stop here? I got pretty far up. Okay. Okay. Tell me I was looking at the wrong spot without telling me I was looking at the wrong spot. I was definitely looking at the wrong spot when I was doing that other feather. Don't mind me. Anyway. I'm going to finish this one up and then I'm probably going to bed. Well, I'm saying going to bed, but we're going to finish up stream. How long have I been going for? It's almost been 3 hours, man. I'm making records here. I honestly kind of want to know what's going on outside my apartment because it's getting wild out there. They showed up because they wanted the burb. That was the original thought process earlier. They wanted to steal my burb. They can't have my burb. They can have the snow geese. It's getting rowdy. Yes, it is. We had when I worked at the camp, we had a chant for that. They made a chant. It was something like, rowdy, that's me, ROWDYE or something. I don't know. They spelt it wrong, but it was a chant. Let's get rowdy. But yes, they're getting weird out there. That's what I was saying. Next week when I stream, probably gonna be a lot of fireworks. That's like I was worried about somebody mowing the lawn when I wanted to stream or something. Like, or my landlord, and I said that was he probably usually does it on Sundays. But I was like, with my luck or whatever, I'll be trying to stream, and then he'll be out there trying to. Ooh, I got lucky there. He'll be out there trying to mow the lawn. Yeah, next Friday. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I don't know. I usually don't, like I said, I usually don't celebrate a lot of holidays, so I don't know if if I have plans or anything. So I don't know if I'll be on. So definitely gonna do Sunday. Gonna do this Sunday. I don't think. Let me look at my schedule. My schedule. Oh, my phone's about to die. Oopsies. Where's my schedule? It's somewhere in here. Where's my schedule? Okay. Ooh. This is interesting. Okay. Can't make that game. Okay. So then, definitely Sunday. Probably Wednesday. And then if I don't do Friday, I'll probably do Saturday. Maybe. I don't know. I took some time off of work. The 4th, thankfully we get the 4th off. But then I put in for that Saturday. And then I always have Sundays off. So I was like, nah, I'm going to give myself a mini vacation here. Seems like the right thing to do. So I wanted to focus on doing some art. Maybe I'll do, if I don't have plans, Saturday the 5th, so it'd be next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, the following Saturday. Maybe I'll do like a day stream or something. Stream during the day. That would be pretty cool. Because I want to try to stream at different times to get either some different people in or... Yeah, to diversify. I want to diversify a little bit. Okay. I don't know. Is this done? Is this done for now? See, they turned it... They had quite the transformation. They had quite the progress from what they looked like before. They were more like celled off like that. I didn't like that. So I like this better. Yeah, it looked pretty cool. I've set some pretty high standards with these feathers so far up in here. So... I don't know, man. This is going to be hard to do up in here. I could probably figure out how to do around his face, but it's going to be hard, man. It's going to be an experience. Yeah, make sure you save him. Ideally, we save him. Yeah, I usually don't, yeah, time off is good. I usually don't stream Saturdays because usually I'm working, and then usually if I'm not, I have plans, and then usually I go somewhere Saturday night. I try to socialize. And yeah, he's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good. I like him. You could see my croissant down here. That cloud. Yeah, he's looking pretty good so far. I like, I didn't make, for 3 hours, I did not make much progress, but I feel like I made progress. This is going to be like one of the biggest ones I've done. Like, I usually don't do them this big in this style. And I'm definitely not going very fast. I'm like taking my time on it. So, yep. Anyway, yeah, I saved him. Okay, good. That's going to want me to save it. I don't need to save that one, but yeah. I don't need to save. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna say goodnight, Irene. It's time to say goodnight, Irene. That's what my mother would say. I took the glove off, so I don't know. He's nice. We'll do him again Saturday probably. Unless I come up with something different, I want to take a break from this guy and do something different. But you watch, I take a break from this, and then I'm never gonna get back to it, and I'm just gonna forget about it. Like the game, I promised I said I would finish, and I never did. So anyway, I will say goodnight to whoever's still existing. Definitely you, Possum. And I'll see you when I see you. How's that sound? I'll see you when I see you. It probably is just you. And that's fine by me. I think everyone either went to bed or they just got bored. They just got bored of my nonsense. All right. Yes. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'll wave. I'll be nice. All right. I'll see ya.